Right, this was the week that we are going to break the Guinness Book of Records for most amount of punches in 60 seconds. Wednesday came about, and as usual, things didn't really go according to plan. So we've turned up to the gym on a freezing cold Wednesday morning. I've got the team there. I've got the photographers and the film crew. Got witnesses and adhered to all the stipulations that Guinness have, and there are many. And yeah, we got on with it. Stood in front of this large punch bag. Well, tried to warm up with one of the pads first, with a pad on one of the guy's chest. I hit him and I thought, okay, we've got to use our crazy 140 kilo sand-filled punch bag that we have in the gym. This big 6-foot beast. So went on there, done the first attempt, thought I'd done really well, and it was poor. Took a step back, thought, okay, feeling really, really good now. Got the timing down. That was just a warm-up set, and went for it. Going as quick as I can, 30 seconds. You could hear it was like a machine gun fire, rapid. Get to about 30 seconds, and man, my arm just blew up. It was full of lactic acid. It became huge. It was incredibly difficult to throw any punches. I slowly just crawled over the 60-second finish line and looked at the guys, and everybody was just staring and thinking, that was bad, man. So we gave it a count, and we were still around about the 360 something mark, something like that. And with the record of beat being 377. So we are. I'm thinking I've got to do it again, and bam, I'll go through it again. I rapid fire through the first 30 seconds again, and my shoulder has completely pumped up now as well. I'm forcing it through, finished it, and this time we knew we got to about about the approximate numbers there or thereabouts, but it wasn't. We later found out it was just on the limit of beating the record, which isn't good enough, because if Guinness decide to take any of the punches away due to poor form, then I'm not gonna get the record. Sat back, thought about it, and said to the guys, "That's it. No more punches for the day. I've got to take it easy." In fact, some of the other guys were telling me to do that as well. What was pushing me through, what was driving me through to do it, the motivations were wrong. It was egocentric. I was there, and I've got to do it. I won't be denied. I've got to push it through, even at the expense of my own health. And that's got me in trouble before. So I listened to the guys that were around me that could see me from the outside point of view, and they looked at my arm, and it was crazy. One arm was like visibly much larger than the other, and they said, "Man, you've got to leave it." So I did. Took a step back, realized that the motivations of why I was doing it were actually the same motivations that were hurting me. So forget it. I've got to step away from my own ego and leave it. So that's exactly what we did for the day. Thursday, went out. It was I decided to use that as a decompressed day because Star Wars: The Last Jedi was coming out, and everybody knows I'm a huge fan of that. So went up, met with an old good friend of mine, or maybe less of the old, you hate me for that, and training partner. And we went out and we watched the movie, got some good food, and completely decompressed. And watching that movie was was an interesting affair because it really fun, but it may require a second viewing before I give a proper analysis of that movie. But it reminded me of the things that I really like in heroes, the things I like in people that do, things far above what they're meant to do, and their motivations for doing what they do. Remove my ego from any kind of next steps, and I just mentally rehearsed what I was going to do the next day. I made a decision. Friday, we're going to do this record. So Friday comes about. I get the team together. Everybody's a little bit worried because they remembered how my physiology was reacting to the 60 seconds of full blast punching. So we got the team together, got the warm up set out of the way. It's freezing cold in the gym, and then bam! I just went through it. My body just got back into line. Sped my all the way through, back to machine gun fire, but this time at the 30-second mark, no slowdown, no pump, just all the way through until the 60-second mark. Got the countdown, and 377 being the previous record. 385 being the new unofficial record for Guinness. The punching technique is good, and yeah, we're looking at a new record. Which, when the guys are asking me, did it make me feel happy or anything? Strange situation. It's not so much that it made me feel happy. I just felt like this is meant to be. Not in the divine sense, like, oh, this was a written destiny for me. I put the work in, I trained, I put the visualization in, I ate right, I done all the preparation. This was gonna be the only outcome, and I wouldn't be denied, not because of my ego, but because of what I attached myself onto, the reasons why I was going to do this for the charity that you guys know about, and also that day I wanted to go and see the nurses and the staff that was so incredible to me at Princess Grace Hospital. So I've done the record, completed it, numbers done, and I've made my way to go and really, really appreciate the people that looked after me at the hospital. So I went there, and I was looking much healthier than I did, obviously, when I left. And when I told them about what we'd achieved, the money that we'd raised, and that they were an integral part of that. Without them, I wouldn't have made it through the process. I've got to give them all the gratitude and appreciation in the world. And that this was a collective team effort, and me breaking this record, me being in good health, had put me in a position where I can now help other people, which was an incredibly huge driving force to get me to this point where I am now. More important to me than anything else was the fact that I kept to my word. I don't need to make promises, because what I say is what I'm going to do. So that's how I feel about that, and that actually feels pretty good. Right, so that takes us to this phase of my particular part of the recovery. I'd just like to remind everybody that the Just Giving page is still open, because we're about 70% towards reaching our goal. I've done my part. If everybody could, because this was a team effort, not just me, but everybody. I can't tell you how all the well wishes and all the words of encouragement have spurred me on to do this. So just one more week, I'll keep the link open, and we can get together and really work towards making a difference and helping other people get through this plight that I did. So thank you for following me and sharing in my journey, and we're on to the next phase. If I don't see you before, have a good Christmas, and look forward to seeing you in the next vlog.